You, Hannah?
I'm 17 years young.
Very good.
Not old, because I don't want to say I'm old yet.
No, because old people get the virus. You don't want to be one of those old people who gets the virus. So, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty good.
And why is that? You're not afraid?
I'm not afraid.
You're not having nightmares?
No,
waking you up
not
in the
having
middle of the night?
nightmares.
Well, that's good.
I had a couple sleepless nights, like when this first happened.
Yeah.
When school was first called out, like we were only supposed to be out for 2 days, and then we were out for longer because of the.
When I was interviewing Lizzie earlier, it dawned on us that this is 3 weeks now you've been out, and do you think school will start up again before the end of the year? You think you're going to be out for the rest of the year?
Maybe.
Do you hope it starts up again?
Yes.
Yes. Why? Do you miss your school friends?
I do. I miss my school friends, my teachers. It's
Very
easier
good.
to get information when I'm at school.
Yes.
And it's harder, like, online and everything, so I have to email my teacher.
It's true. Or you have to deal with your homeschool teacher.
Homeschool teacher, yeah.
And who is your homeschool teacher?
Mom.
And is she a good teacher?
Yes.
Otherwise, I'll put you in detention. So, anyway, so what is your biggest fear about the pandemic?
That maybe, like, I could get it, and I wouldn't know, obviously, because kids don't really show symptoms.
Yeah,
Which
they
is
don't always
odd.
show.
It's really weird.
It is. It affects different age groups in a different way.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm also worried that, like, one of my family members that's older might get it.
Mhm.
One of my great aunts or great uncles. Or...
Right, but not your mom because
But no, I'm worried.
she's still young.
How-
She's very young, and so
and I'm also worried, like, about people getting it who have, like, already have an underlying condition.
Mm-hmm. And do you know people like that you're afraid for? But so are they okay so far?
Yeah.
That's excellent news. And so, because I know you've done a lot of research about this too. Has that helped you feel more comfortable with really like how people get it and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking before
Just
about
follow the rules.
that when it was first around here in Montgomery County, and Dad took you out driving, you didn't even want to drive into Montgomery because it might have been on the car. And now we know that you don't have to worry about it being on the car. No. So, but you feel safe.
Yeah.
In the house. Well, that's great. So is there anything that you like about the pandemic? Anything that you find, like, what's the best thing about it? If anything, you could say there's nothing that you like.
Annoying my mom and my cats.
Well, you're very, very good at that. And Hazel is now nowhere to be seen because Hazel knows that if Hazel's around here, she's going to
play with her.
She's Hannah's therapy animal, whether she wants to be or not. She definitely offers. But you know what? I will say this: Hazel's getting used to you now. Hazel, like when Hazel sits with you, she looks like a lot happier than she used to. Except for when we tried to put that halter thing on her yesterday. She did not like that at all. So that's the best thing is annoying us. Okay, well that's good, I guess. I don't know. So, but what do you hate most about the quarantine?
Being stuck at home, not being able to, go out. Or go to school.
Why ever would you want to go out, Hannah? Is there someone in particular that you're missing spending time with? Who could that be?
You're fine. It's like we all know who that is, right?
Yeah, but in posterity, like you could look at this in 50 years after you and the person that we're talking about have like great grandkids. Well, that's his name. So, and wasn't that a sad day? A little bit of a sad day when you celebrated your second anniversary, and he just. Well, how did you do that? What happened?
Well, I put his gifts and card that I gave him and all the other stuff in a bag, put it on the porch. And I couldn't see him, couldn't open the door, couldn't hug him, give him a kiss on the cheek.
You just had to watch him through the window.
Watch him through the window. I wrote some little love notes and put them down on the little path in the front.
Yeah.
And I videotaped a little bit of it because I wanted to remember like what it was like.
Right.
What it was like to not see him because of.
So there have been some difficult moments.
Yeah.
Because
it was sad, and in the video I was laughing because I I don't know if I thought it was funny, but I just thought it was weird. And
It was definitely
didn't
weird.
know
And
how
that
to
was kind of
handle
in
it.
the beginning of all this, before we
Yeah.
really knew how important it was. So,
Yeah.
but what do you miss most about the outside world? Is it sort of being able to hang with him, or just hang with people in general?
Hang out with people in general. My
Yeah.
friends, seeing my buddy Madison at school. I know she's having a hard time with it too.
But what are you doing to keep those connections alive?
We Zoom. We're doing it every Sunday. We did it last Sunday. It was me, Jessica, and Madison because we're a buddy family,
Right.
best buddies.
And
so
who's Jessica?
one of my girlfriends, one of my
Very
best
good.
friends.
Yeah, Jessica's sweet. We love
She's
Jessica.
so sweet.
She is. And you've been Zooming with other things too, haven't you? So how else have you Zoomed?
I Zoomed with my youth group, Young Life. We had a game night via Zoom on Wednesday. We played charades, Pictionary. We were getting to know one another kind of with those games, sort of. So it was fun.
And you Zoom with your teachers?
And my teachers, too.
And your voice lessons?
Miss Trish. I do my voice lessons with her. I had that on Wednesday. And then I have my duet class on Zoom as well. And math instruction, too.
So that's
on
great.
Zoom.
Okay.
It's cool.
So what are you doing to keep busy when you're at home? Other than annoying your mother and the cats? Like what are you doing?
Singing.
Singing. Music
And-
heals.
Well, trying to spend some time with my kitty cats,
Mm-hmm.
relaxing, watching Netflix.
Yeah, Lizzie said
If I don't have anything to do.
Lizzie said everything was fine. She was okay at home, and I said, well, what if we didn't have a Netflix account? And she was like, oh, then I'd be really upset.
Yeah.
Because I think Netflix is what you guys do. You find a movie, you watch it, and
I actually just watched a Netflix movie.
Hannah's been making us popcorn pretty regularly. She makes good popcorn.
Popcorn.
Yep.
Me and my sister watched a movie yesterday on Netflix, and I made some popcorn.
Yeah, so that's good, and so that's how she's keeping busy. And I'm trying to think of what else I've
I
seen you
told
do.
Mom about the movie we were watching. She rolled her eyes. She's like, "Oh gosh."
Well, that's
She's like,
because I don't
"Another
like
one."
horror
She's
movies.
like another one of them. She's like, "Are you kidding me?" And I told her, "I'm like the Nightmare on Elm Street." She's like, "Oh man, don't even tell me."
No. I do
didn't
not
think
like
it was
it.
scary.
I know, but that's because you're not a wimp like me. I'm a wimp.
Mom.
So,
Oh, man.
how long do you think we're going to be quarantined? When do you think we're getting out?
I feel like it's kind of unpredictable.
Do you think it's going to last for like until next year? Do you think it's going to last just a couple months? Do you think we've seen the worst of it yet, or you think we're just in the thick of it? It's April 3rd, by the way.
I mean, it's been going up pretty
It has.
fast, so
Hannah's staying on top of it. She was always
it
telling
was
us at dinner how many cases there were.
5,000 something that I last saw.
Yep.
So maybe we're getting towards the worst of it.
Maybe. Let's hope.
Because it's like rapidly growing now, and they haven't seen any like decrease yet.
Right, still
And
growing.
it's still growing, so.
Okay.
And I've seen a lot of people at the stores wearing masks. Like people are starting to get really
yeah.
cautious. And
I bought us some bandanas. I'm going to make masks when they come on Sunday.
really.
Mm-hmm. So, we'll get to
The
do that.
face.
So you'll be even a little bit safer. So what's the first thing that you're going to do when the quarantine is lifted? What's the first thing you want to do? You can go outside. What do you want to do?
Maybe go on a bike ride.
By yourself?
I don't know, with Dad maybe.
Dad? That's nice. Well, you could actually do that now. You want to go on a bike ride now? No. I have another video I'm going to post of Hannah doing exercise for gym. It's hysterical. Because she has to do gym for a half an hour twice a week. They have to do some sort of physical activity.
Yeah.
So, but so the first thing that you want to do is I want to go shopping. I want to go
Shopping, ooh.
Yeah, I want to like go to Michael's and get craft stuff, and I want to be able to browse through things. Because like right now, like
Or
I
maybe
could
go on
call
a bike
Michael's.
ride, like, because I was thinking, like, I would want to go, like, out on, like, a trail to go on a bike ride or something.
Yeah.
Or go out to dinner with Will. Or
there you go. Yeah.
Go use the Ruby Tuesday gift card that me and my buddy family got for being the buddies of the month.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Maybe we could go out and actually make use of that.
That seems so long ago.
It was actually in like the beginning of the school year.
Yeah.
So
well, that's
we're
great.
definitely, I bet, like Madison and Jess, we're all definitely gonna really want to do something together.
You're gonna want to be social again, right? Because it's hard. It's hard to not be able to
And it's
see
weird.
people. It is weird, yes.
It is. You gotta stay 6 feet away, and sometimes you forget.
So do you think the world is going to be different when we're through all this? Do you think that, like, do you think the world's going to be different?
Well, I hope it will be, or pray that it
In what way?
be
Tell me
different
why.
in a good way. Like, maybe people will be more united and be more kind and loving to one another, or bring people kind of closer together in a way.
Mm-hmm. You think
And-
that'll be...
And I think maybe it'll help people to not take things for granted as much as they did
That's great.
before it happened. Because right now, I don't really think you can.
No, well, we certainly can't take toilet paper for granted anymore.
Oh.
Or in my case, roast beef. I'm just going to put my own thing in here. For the last 4 weekends, I've wanted to make a pot roast.
And they didn't have your dang
And
pot
again,
roast.
they do not have
Oh.
my roast at the store. People
They
are
let
hoarding.
you down, Mom.
People are hoarding roasts. I don't care about toilet paper. I can always use the phone book.
Do you make
But,
a good roast?
Oh, thank you, honey. So yeah,
I
that's one
miss
thing
it. I
I've
miss eating
been
the roast.
cooking. So well, we'll get to the roast eventually. So I think that's all. Is there anything else you want to say to the people about what you've been going through for the last 3 weeks, or anything you hope for the future, or you hope for people?
I hope that people continue to be loving and supportive to one another through this, and hopefully it'll all be over soon. You just have to have hope through it that this will pass. Because there's been other things, I feel, that have been bad, like kind of like this, that have happened before.
Mm-hmm. And we've always gotten through them
And
As a
yeah,
country.
everyone always got through them as a country
and as a family.
and as a family.
And who do you rely on the most for? I don't think it's me. God.
Yeah.
Hannah's been praying a lot lately, and
I was reading this one book that I got from God's Glory box that I got from the pageant that I won at the end of February.
yeah, Hannah is the current Miss Pure International Pennsylvania
Pennsylvania
team.
team. Yeah. And part of the prize package was God's Glory box items, and the book that it came with it was Rise Up by Tammy J. Glenn, and it's about how Jesus is the restorer. There's a lot of good chapters in the book.
And it's been inspiring to you at this time. Yeah, came to us at a good time because
it did.
yeah, Hannah's been
Yay!
needing that sort of thing. So anyways, okay, those are all my questions. Thank you very much, and we're gonna record some answers maybe when this is all over to see if how you're feeling after we've been in quarantine for several months versus just several weeks. So say goodbye.